This is your BET News Desk. This just in.
Welcome to the Love is Blind Season 5, Episodes 5 through 7 review. This is Couples Couch with
Pat.
And I'm Cam. Let's get into this week's episode. But before we do, let's get into a little bit of housekeeping real quick.
This show's dedicated to Prince. I'm wearing all the different colors.
I keep
purple.
wearing the purple so we can match the Love is Blind image. You know what? Whatever. If you are new to our channel, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. You know what I'm about to say. We do not get into the nitty-gritty details of everything that happened in the episode unless we see fit. This will be a high level or spaceship level overview. Also, be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button to support our channel and expand our reach further across YouTube. If you haven't already, shop our merch. Plenty of items in stock for you. Also, last but not least, follow us on Instagram. The @ to our Instagram handle is running right here across your screen. That's all I have for housekeeping. I kept it real quick and cute.
The @ symbol right there.
In this review, we're going to cover it episode by episode, right? But specifically couple by couple. So first, let's dive into episode 5 and pick up where we left off with Uche and Aaliyah. Episode 5, the show opens up where they left off with showing Uche making up his mind to propose to Aaliyah, and the producers coming over the loudspeaker like, Aaliyah has decided to not continue this experiment. She's not in the building, right?
Uche, the Coochie, has left the building.
Uche goes back to the men's living quarters and tells the guys that she gone, right?
Yeah, he was in disbelief.
He couldn't fit, like he was puzzled. He was very puzzled. Uche says...
This never happens to Uche.
Uche says something must have happened in between.
Uche's a lawyer. Why she don't want Uche?
And that something must be missing because he can't understand why she's not here because she gave no signs that she was upset about anything, and the fact that she's gone is weird. That's all that happened in that scene. Next, the producers get Aaliyah on the phone for Uche for him to ask her, like, yo, what happened? Aaliyah says she made kind of a little joke to Lydia that if Uche doesn't propose to her, that she could have to have him back, take him back. I guess Lydia didn't find that jokey joke funny, and she was like, F you, I don't want to take him back. And then they got into their exchange of words, and then I guess with all of that, coupled with Lydia, smothering her with things that she said she didn't want to know, like his car and his favorite color and where his house was and where his mama's from.
I think the biggest one was the fact that I just slept with him a couple months ago.
And that hit the hardest. Like, it was too much that she was trying to put on the girl, and Aaliyah was like, I'm out. So she left. She didn't even tell Uche nothing. Uche tells Aaliyah, why would you let some girl get in the way of our love? And he was pissed. And the fact that she left without saying anything to him pisses him off even more. He hangs up on Aaliyah and hands producers back their phone and was like, I don't want to talk to her no more. I'm good.
I'm not going to lie. I kind of see where he's coming from.
Okay, yes. I do too. Like, at least say something if you're going to be mad. Don't just disappear.
You can't be my A1 and you can't even stand up to a little bit of
diversity, right?
No.
Not diversity?
Diversity.
Adversity.
There you go.
Sorry.
I love her.
I'm tired. Okay, yes. He can't
stand up to a multitude of different cultures.
Then you ain't the one for me.
I walked in there, it was people of all colors. I couldn't deal with it.
I'm tired. But yes, if you can't deal with a little bit of adversity, and you can't even talk it through, at least talk it through. Yeah, you
just run.
You just straight disappear on him, and he has a point. Like, this is foolishness. I don't want to talk to you no more. Bye. Go on and go home.
I'm with him on that.
You home, stay home. All right, let's move on into the next scenes in episode 5. The newly engaged couples have now seen each other and are ready to head off to their getaway in Mexico. Again, we're going to go couple by couple. So let's dive into Milton, a.k.a. Pootie Tang, a.k.a. Moesha's little brother.
Sadate on the bitty bay.
And Lydia. Let's dive into them. Milton and Lydia do a whole lot of kissing when they see each other for the very first time. He's lifting her up. He is saying how small she is. She's saying how big he is.
You so big. You so small.
But they were all in each other's.
You so old. You so young.
A lot of that. But they still had their connection, regardless. Right. They still was connecting. And they
was connecting at the mouth.
They seem like they have a very physical connection, too, as well, right? Milton shares that before he did the reveal to see Lydia for the first time, he did get a haircut and shaved his mustache down some because he was nervous that he would look even younger to her because they are 6 months difference. He's 24 and Lydia's 30.
Right? I never miss.
You said it.
I said it in the last review. I said the boy need a haircut and to trim up the mustache.
You did. You said that would help him. He was doing it
to make himself look older.
Yeah, he wanted the shadow.
It just made you look dingy.
Dusty. It looked dusty.
Didn't work.
And your hair's uneven. Sorry. Lydia and Milton consummate their relationship while they're on their getaway. And all in all, they seem to be off to a pretty decent start in episode 5. That's all I have for Lydia and Milton. Let's move into the next couple, Izzy and Stacy.
Okay.
Next couple, Izzy and Stacy. They build their physical connection while they're on this getaway, as well as their emotional connection during episode 5.
Right in.
They also consummate their relationship during the getaway. And again, all in all, in episode 5, they seem to be off to a decent start.
It turns into an infomercial for both of their sexual prowess. Like the magnums are in the shot. And right. She's like, oh, I want to take the whole thing.
Right. Yeah, like, it was a lot of... Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, we receive it. We understand y'all like each other.
She received it too.
Next scene shows JP, a.k.a. Woody Harrelson, and Taylor. JP and Taylor are off to a very rocky start. Soon as they get to the getaway, Taylor reveals that seeing JP really kind of made her break down and cry because it was awkward. She said she cried multiple times, to be exact. And then she asked him, did you not feel awkward? Or do you not overthink it about how it went down the first time? He was like, no, I didn't think about nothing. He was like, it was awkward because it was my first time
seeing you. I knew it was going to be awkward.
Yeah. It was very strange that she was overthinking it and overthinking it and overthinking it. But the whole time, she was kissing him a lot. A lot. I mean, in the first few scenes of this getaway.
Why is this awkward for us to be like you?
Right, you kissing the man every 30 seconds.
You don't talk?
You can't get a word out.
You keep my lips a bruise. I can't talk no more.
During the getaway, Taylor cries again and says that something is off between them. The connection is just not the same as it was in the pods. JP, honestly, to be fair to Taylor, he wasn't saying much, though.
Yeah, he wasn't.
He wasn't. He was just
blah.
A bump on a pickle.
But he
said nothing. He gave her nothing to work with.
She's expressing emotionally weak person.
She had to lead every conversation. And that's never fun because then it feels very one-sided or like I'm pulling stuff out of you. You know, even when I was watching it, it was a little painful to watch. Like, yo, you gonna say something to the girl? Like, give her something, you know?
Yeah.
Even when they had like the confessional and they had to record themselves, he put the camera on her and she's like, I'm not saying nothing. You say something. Do you remember that? We're here.
I'm here so I don't get fined. But he was giving nothing. He was like a limp noodle the whole time. Like, just, what are you doing?
Right. Facts. Next scene.
Say something. Talk. Please.
Next scene, all of the couples get together for a beach day, and it bothers Taylor to see how all the other couples are happy and getting along and they're
Hell
in love.
Yeah, it bothered her. She's sitting over here and all the other couples are at Paradise eating, making out and throwing each other. It looked like a porn audition out there on the beach. And they he over there helping them, like, yeah, you guys have fun. She's just sitting over there.
He did, the connection just wasn't there.
He had more connection with everyone else than her.
Yeah, it was pretty apparent. JP tells Taylor at the end of episode 5 that he doesn't want to give up and he doesn't want to lose her. And that's how they
that's
ended
all
episode
he said
5. In episode 5. That was it.
You're like, I'm not going to give up. And she's like, what's your fear? You're just going to leave me? And if you watch, she was like, go back and watch it.
I gotta go back and see.
They're sitting in the bed. He's like, I'm just afraid that when we get back, you're just going to leave. And she's like,
I can't.
I'm not going to leave, though. Are you sure? Because your body language just told me you already...
Your body has already left the building.
Yeah, you're like, I know we don't have our phones, but some tells me you was in there on the hotel phone, like, girl, no, I'm not moving in over there. I'm not moving my stuff, nothing.
From laughing, I can't.
Boring.
Let's move into episode 6. Let's go. Episode 6, the saga continues with JP and Taylor. Taylor confronts JP about their communication being off, and she continues to beat the dead horse about how awkward it is. She's like, day 1 was awkward, day 2, day 3, here we are. Like, nothing's changing. And JP's like, yo.
Okay.
I'm trying.
So, both of them are wrong in this situation, right?
Okay, let me hear you out.
Both, JP needs to engage and be present.
Correct. Like you. Okay, but go ahead. That's a whole other Oprah. Yes.
That's a whole nother Yanla fix our help. Come help us.
Go ahead. You digress.
So he's got his problems.
Okay.
But to his credit, day 1 was awkward, and all they talked about was the awkwardness of day 1.
In day 2.
Then day 2 comes, and all they talked about was the awkwardness from day 1.
Right. Okay.
Then day 3 comes, all they talk about is the awkwardness from day 1 that rolled into day 2.
And now here they are.
Then it's now day 3, and then she even brings up that it's gonna be day 4.
And it's still gonna be
Y'all
awkward.
ain't talked about nothing. Who's your team?
Right.
Do you like basketball?
Right. No, they haven't talked about anything.
What's your drink at Starbucks?
Yes.
God, something. Just give her something, bro.
That's what I'm saying. He gave her really not much to work with, so her argument became stronger and stronger.
Right. What's happening is he's giving nothing, and I don't know if it's self-consciousness.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he was
nervous. For her.
Oh, got you.
Or if it's just she's insecure in the relationship, being that it's the experiment. Mm-hmm. But he's not giving anything, which is driving her anxiety through the roof.
Because she doesn't know what it would be.
Which is making her obsess on how to fix the awkwardness and not able to just, y'all go out and go for a walk or go for a run. So let's do something.
Let's segue right into, now he gives her something.
He was starting to open up and have a good time. He was having fun riding the 4-wheeler, and the whole time, can you slow down?
Oh, yes.
Can you stop?
Yeah.
And I'm saying that because that
triggered some of it.
That's kind of when he brings up the makeup.
Yeah.
It's in the same realm.
In the same vein.
Like, he don't want a prissy girl.
Oh, okay. So let's get into it. JP finally opens up and says the reason he isn't saying much is because when he saw her during the reveal for the very first time, she presented herself as someone that looked fake in terms of her looks. Yes. JP describes her face as caked up, and she wore gaudy eyelashes, and he prefers her face without makeup. Because he did say during that 4-wheeler trip that he wants to see her freckles more. He likes to see them out. And I think that was his way of trying to allude to what he said the next day was, you have too much makeup on for me.
Yeah.
So he didn't like that.
He said it made him feel like she was fake. Like
yeah.
She was covering, she wasn't authentic.
Right. So JP says if she had showed up looking natural, it would have been better for him. Taylor is pissed in this moment.
It wouldn't have been. That's just an excuse.
She's like, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to wear makeup if I want to wear makeup. I wore makeup and I dressed up because I wanted to look my best to see you. And you're not going to tell me that I can't wear makeup. He's saying, well, do what you want to do, but I'm just telling you what I prefer.
Yeah.
He was like, any man would be, or any woman would be happy if their man told them to not wear makeup.
They wouldn't, bro.
No.
And I was hurt
That's
in
where
this
I
moment.
am. Yeah.
Because
he has said this to me.
I feel the same way.
Patrick has said this to me so many times. I done ran out of
like
knees.
She's beautiful when she's done up with the makeup. She's beautiful.
At least you don't tell me I look fake.
But I love her look with no makeup on. That's just my preference.
And I look homeless to myself.
I love it.
When I don't have on any makeup. But that's how I feel about me.
And it took years.
Yeah. For me to just say I'm going to go to Walmart without something on my face. Like,
that's not what I was saying. For me to realize that, no, you can't say that.
Oh, it took you years to really. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't tell people.
You're wrong, JP. I feel you.
How to feel or look.
And I understand that you meant it out of the nice part of your heart, because I did too. But it just don't translate the right way.
It translates that you like me ugly. That's what my brain hears. And then I'm why you want me to be ugly all the time?
And I felt you on the 4-wheeler thing. Because me and Kamara will never go on an adventure thing. Like, we went on our honeymoon.
Yeah.
That's it brought me back.
This one having PTSD.
We were in Jamaica. We rented these jet skis, and Kamara was on the back, and she wouldn't let me go more than 5 miles an hour. It was horrible.
I can't swim.
So we're like, Man, we went out, I turned around, came back, dropped off.
You got the lifeguard. Patrick used to be a lifeguard when he was a teenager, and I ain't trying to get my hair wet, so I never learned how to swim person, and you want to take me gallivanting through Jamaica's ocean. Like, no, I'm not going to do it. So go out there, drop me off. I'll cheer you on from the shore.
Yeah, I had to take her back to the shore to go have fun. So I feel you, JP.
Shut up. You'll be all right. You didn't die, did you?
And the makeup thing takes too long. That's another, practical.
Leave without me.
It take 30. Yeah, but we can't do that then. I got to deal with, I don't want to go now. So you ain't going to come back and get me?
Next, the couples return to Houston, Texas to meet their partners' families and friends. They even visit each other's homes for the first time. Let's get into Izzy and Stacy.
It's going down.
Hey. Izzy visits Stacy's home for the first time, which is under renovation in this scene. She gives him a tour of the home, and then they settle down in the kitchen to discuss their finances. Heavy topic, right? Stacy shares that a man should usually pay for all the meals when they go out to eat. Izzy was like, I don't know nothing about that. We usually do 50-50, right? Everybody throw their cards on their
Just
table.
take your card out the purse and pay the man.
That's for Stacy?
Yes. I don't even have my wallet. It's in the center console of the car. You already noticed. All I got on me,
I ain't got nothing on me, man.
I got my phone. That's all I got. This is how life really is. I got my phone. Kamara has a purse, so she has her wallet, which has all the cards. Because she got a copy of all the cards I got. So what are you talking about? We married, lady.
It's the same account. Stacy does say that the man should pay for all the meals, which is weird to me because I thought it kind of made me, I kept cringing through this thing, or just it's being painful for me to watch because I'm like, in marriage it really doesn't work like that. You're not like,
we're gonna go out to eat
one, gonna pay
maybe
for
2 times, and I'm banking on the show paying for our meal because in 2 weeks we're having a wedding,
right?
So we're not on a date no more. We're having a wedding,
right? We
are together. Your bank account is my bank account.
Her comment was more geared to me. Dating.
Yes.
But you're not trying to date this man. You're trying to marry him.
That's why I signed up for the show, so I could bypass the date. And I want to meet you, marry you, be with you.
Right.
You're married.
Yeah. Some people haven't gotten there yet. They don't get there yet. Okay. Stacy.
It's the Magnum. She's been filled up too much. She lost her mind.
Stacey also shares the history of her family and how they worked hard for their money and how she doesn't want a man that would take advantage of her or her dad because they have money now.
And from this point on,
I'm gonna take advantage of
end
y'all.
of the show.
Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm plotting. The scheme is on.
You should have never told me.
Yeah. What kind of money you talking about? And you say your father, has this happened before? Well, what happened?
And how I get in on this money?
He
like, I want to
invested
make
in
this
one
money.
of your boyfriend's business ideas. Okay.
And how do I invest in this? Exactly. I'm just kidding.
I'm calling up my people. What was that show?
What show was that?
Yeah, I'm calling up my people.
Listen.
My 3 co-conspirators.
What show is that?
From the Hall Pass.
Oh my gosh.
You about to come and get all your money?
Shout out to Candy and Todd on the Peacock Network. Honestly, I think you should have never shared that, in my opinion. Like, you can say how hard you've worked and how hard your family worked, but do you have to say, I don't want nobody to take advantage of my dad's money?
From this point to the end of the show, every conversation she has involves money.
It does, and so
every
does her
one
father
of them.
too.
Yeah, money's not important to me,
right?
But I don't ever want to have to worry about money. The only people who never have to worry about money is people with money,
right? And also, she even drops a little gem in there to saying, "I like to travel, and when I travel, it has to be luxury."
Yeah,
and it's like, okay.
And my dad likes to pay for things, but I don't want a man that'll accept it. Well, sheesh.
Well, we shouldn't. You're giving him the answer to the test. Don't tell him that. Let him come out to struggle. Don't tell nobody that you got nothing. She's like, I want you to treat me as though I have nothing. Do you remember her saying that?
All right. But your daddy got it all. So daddy tried to pay. All right. Go ahead, Pops. Good old Papa Joe. You got it.
I'm moving on to the next scene. Let's dive into Aaliyah and Uche.
I'm trying to network.
In the final scenes of episode 6, Aaliyah and Uche are seen meeting up for the first time since she ran away from the pod. So they're meeting up for lunch. Aaliyah immediately spills all her guts. In high-level overview, she just says, I want to marry you. I really do. I really want you. I can see me with you. I want everything about you. And then they end episode 6 with Uche giving her the side eye at the table. Let's dive into episode 7.
Should have kept you at the pods last time.
Episode 7. The episode starts off with Uche and Aaliyah still at this lunch to talk about her running off from the pods or the experiment. Uche reveals the details of his relationship with Lydia, which is really all right. High level overview, even
Lydia
spaceship.
Crazy as hell.
Thank you. That's all.
But she got that good, so he kept her around longer than he should have. That's what was said.
Yeah, pretty much. She was there was a multitude of things happening here. She started to kind of give off stalker vibes for him. She was driving by his place, taking a picture of his driveway. She was following a lot of his friends in their stories, and they felt uncomfortable about it.
But he liked it at first when she was buying him stuff, and she asked him his favorite color. She wore the dress the next time, the same color.
So she was doing
She was very into him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then he said he didn't want to just let her go like that. So he said...
He liked the stalker vibes till he didn't like the stalker vibes. Everybody likes attention.
To a degree.
Until the attention don't stop.
Exactly. So then... After he broke it off with her for a little bit, he got back with her because he felt bad that she was going through a lot. So he says, and she
liked her sex game.
And then they got back together, and then she gained new friends, and then he felt like she was at a point where he could let her go.
She had new friends, and she wasn't focused on him solely anymore, and he threw a temper tantrum, and they broke up. That's how it happened. I promise you. I bet money that's what happened.
Uche reveals that his feelings for on Aaliyah has kind of changed now because he says he saw that his parents ride or died with each other for everything. They never gave up on each other, and the fact that
on the show.
But the fact that she left so easily.
Did they talk to each other through a pod for 2 weeks? What are you talking about your parents? We didn't meet like your parents met.
Right, but with that, he still says It's over for him, and Aaliyah understands. That's what happens there.
Yeah, they already told him, yeah, we will get you on the show at least 2 more times throughout the season, even if you don't get with her.
Stay with her, yeah.
He was like, all right, so I still get
camera time.
Yeah, camera time. Boost up my social media.
Following.
Yeah. I just tell her.
Yeah,
because telling her no after she says she wants me, that'll impact more. Yeah, let's do that. I like y'all. I'm glad y'all back at work, right?
Uche and the producers be like... All right, let's get into the next couple, Izzy and Stacy. Let's get into them.
That's good.
Next, Izzy and Stacy are together, and Stacy visits Izzy's apartment. Izzy came off a little nervous because he didn't want Stacy to see his place. They walk in, and it pleasantly surprised. It was pretty decent for a guy. It was not in a crazy disarray. It was fairly clean and organized.
Susan and the crew came through that day.
Right.
Izzy got paid cleaners. Yeah, you tricking me, bro.
Right. Izzy shows Stacy around the apartment, and he shows her his room, which does not have nightstands. She does say, okay, well, you know, people like to have nightstands that come over and visit a certain crowd of people. They can take off their jewelry and put it on the nightstand.
She know what she talking about.
That's when he said, oh, I have a lost and found for that. And he pulls out this basket in his bathroom of items that the girls that he messed with possibly left behind, but he don't know who the girls are that these items may belong to.
Izzy's so full of it.
Stacy fell for it though.
No,
she got pissed. She was like, this is like dumb and weird. Like, why would you keep this?
Right.
Why would you show me this? Why would you not have thrown this out? Like, what is the purpose here? If you know I was coming over, why would you still have this?
And he's an idiot. I don't.
He's like, I'm just trying to show you every aspect of it.
I don't think about it. I forgot it was there.
Yeah.
Then he says he saw it last night.
And then she said, then why didn't you throw it out if you knew I was coming over? So then she decides to start looking through his kitchen cabinets, and she sees he has plastic plates, paper plates, plastic Solo cups, red Solo cups.
How you didn't know it was in there? It was a tube of toothpaste right next to it. You don't brush your teeth?
He knew it was there. He capping. She sees that he doesn't have any glass, plates or glass cups. That's when she starts to say, is this immature for him to not have this, or for him to have these things in his place? Like,
no, we don't like to do dishes.
So this is where I have to say, Stacy, we have a whole set of plates, glass, mugs, but we
real dishes. Yeah, we have real dishes.
Yes, we absolutely have sets of everything, right?
They never get used.
We buy paper plates, paper bowls, clear plastic silverware from Sam's by the jumbo, red Solo cups, because we don't want to wash the dishes.
We have two kids to eat every 15 minutes.
And who wants to be there with a plate every 15 minutes that we would have to wash? So I feel him on these paper plates. If they have paper pots, I would order those too.
Yes.
But they don't, so I'm not gonna judge.
Aluminum pans.
If I would use it, I buy all of Dollar Tree's and Walmart's foil pans to put the food in after we cook. Yeah, I am not opposed to that. I am not judging. I am not too bougie to use a paper plate. I would rather use one so I don't have to wash.
She ain't never washed a dish in her life. She has somebody else washing the dishes.
And there's that. Stacy continues to feel thrown and feels weird that he has all these things like the lost and found basket, and she tries to jam him up on why is he keeping this basket, knowing good and hell well he now has a fiance. And seeing this makes her question, like, is he an F-boy? Is he ready for commitment? And they get in a kind of a exchange of words, and Stacy storms out onto his patio.
So he's either a serial killer or he be messing with the same group of girls.
The same type, right?
No. The same group.
Oh, okay.
Like he got 5 or 6 that he...
in rotation.
Yeah, that he messes with.
Okay.
And he can't get rid of their stuff or they'll get mad, so he keep it around so if they...
Well, he said he wasn't keeping it for
like I said, he's a serial killer and they're all trophies from his kills. We're going to find out in 5 years. Yo, you ever hear about that dude that was on reality TV show
You
ended
know
up
what?
being the Houston Stranglers.
All right, we're done. It's
Why
all a
else
joke.
would you have all those
It's all a
jewels?
joke. It's all a joke. Okay, next.
It's not a joke. I seen that same story on ID Network.
Next, Izzy meets Stacy's sisters and her dad. I don't know if that was her mom or stepmom. I didn't
That's
catch
a stepmom. Them type families ain't. Don't keep the birth mother around for too long. She's good for about 12, 15 years. Once the kids are old enough to start going to junior high school, you ship her out and bring in the office manager.
Stop. The conversation was mainly focused around Izzy, of course, because they're trying to get to know him. They're asking him, like, about him being financially stable. Where's his career at? Does he have a job? Does he have a car?
I'm glad you guys asked that. I wanted to, Papa John, I wanted to go ahead and give you my resume. I'm currently looking for employment, and I heard y'all's benefits ain't bad.
You know,
Stacy over there mad as shit. I told you I don't want nobody accepting nothing from my daddy. And you gotta pay for dinner. Like, cool, we eating the Popeyes. You go to a whole new world. A new fantastic point of view.
I'm moving on to the next scenes of episode 7. Let's move into the next scenes. You're a wild individual. I'm done. Next scenes in episode 7 show the couples meeting up for like a pod squad meetup. So everybody who was in the pod, almost everybody. People who connected with people and people who aren't connected with people were there. Okay. Right? So they all come up for like a hanging out session and catching up. Johnny shows up, aka Matilda. Johnny shows up. And Stacy immediately says Johnny is such a joke because once she found out that Stacy or her and Izzy were having a connection, Johnny went around crap talking about her to everybody. I didn't want to curse. She started
like Deion Sanders. That's bull jive.
She was crap talking about her to everybody. Chris, who remembered last few scenes or episodes 1 through 4, Chris, who turned into a strong black woman and chose himself. Yeah. He shows up to the Pod Squad meetup and Johnny reveals that she and Chris are together. Chris is her boyfriend now. And he's
2 weeks.
And he's the best human that she's ever met in her life. Catch that tea.
2 weeks.
I'm got nothing. I'm empty.
What happened to the crackhead you was in love with? So this guy, you love him more than the crackhead you loved more than your husband at the time.
Chris is the best human she's ever met in her life.
That's a damn shame.
Johnny moves on to go talk to Izzy for a little bit during this pod squad, and they have a clarification session. Izzy does most of the talking, though, in this scene, and Izzy airs Johnny out for saying 2 different things while being in the pods. She said one thing to Chris and then said another to him. And it was something along the lines like she would have a wonderful life if she would be with Izzy. Like she said that to Izzy. But then she said to Chris, like, you know, she wants to be with him. And
I don't care.
Izzy. It was very contradicting.
I'm not with you. I don't care.
It was contradicting.
What do people...
I don't know why they come back and tell each other anyway.
Like, even if you care, act like you don't care.
That's the way to do it, man.
If you break up with someone, there's no slashing their tires, busting out there. That person no longer exists.
Dunzo. So Izzy calls Johnny sketchy AF and so happy he didn't end up with her based off of the things that he heard about her from everybody else in the pods. Johnny tries to defend herself in the moment and they get into it and she storms off, right? Izzy goes back and tries to tell the story to Stacy.
Izzy went back with Cap.
And I don't know what he told Stacy. It was nothing that went on in the scenes that we saw.
All Cap.
He said that
unless it was
Johnny called him sketchy when I never heard Johnny call him sketchy in those scenes at all. And even Stacy was trying to understand, like, but why are you so frazzled? Like, what is wrong? Like, what did she say to you? And he was like, oh, nothing really. She just called me sketchy.
You are.
That was it for that scene. Let's move into the next scene during this Pod Squad meetup with Uche and Lydia.
Conversations that don't need to be had. If I was Lydia, I would have... No.
Next, Uche and Lydia sit down for their clarification session about their dating in the past. Mm-hmm. Uche tells Lydia that she would do everything to get his attention, like get a dress in his favorite color to make him notice it. She would also drive by his house, like weird stuff for him, like it was too much. Uche confronts Lydia for...
Like, you took a picture of my house. I was driving by, just happenstance. Like, I live in a gated community.
Uche confronts Lydia for going through his things, and Lydia denies it too. So that's another accusation on Lydia, that she was going through his things at his home. Lydia says, I opened one drawer.
And went all through it.
That was Lydia. She was all in Uche's drawer. Look at... He caught her. And he caught her, though. He caught her.
She's looking through mail. I caught you with my social security number written down.
Sorry. Not the social security number written
Lydia
down.
turned into an old girl from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I'm not going back to the ball, TV. You caught me going through one drawer.
I'm sorry. I opened one drawer. That's all I did. Then Uche says, okay, so
I was in a filing cabinet. You was going through the tabs.
So Uche says, okay, well, I got something else. I got screenshots of you on your IG, Instagram profile looking through everybody else's stories.
Look at it.
All my friends sending me screenshots of you watching their stories and making them feel uncomfortable.
She looked at the phone like she never looked at a phone before.
I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I don't know nothing about that. I know nothing.
A text?
I can't.
I like their pictures too. They had them out. I like their pictures. I wasn't stalking them. You like their pictures. I like their pictures.
She denied that one. So Uche comes with another one. He was like, okay, so what about you driving up to my driveway and taking a picture of my driveway and sending me a text message to say, I see you.
Driving a Ford Bronco. I see you. I'm driving in a Ford Bronco.
Lydia again denies it. She's like, I was just driving by. I was in the neighborhood. Like,
I live 40 miles outside the city.
Lydia begins to air Uche out. She starts putting all his business on Front Street. She was like, okay, well, what about the sex sting or sex tape that he did? Was it sex tape, y'all? Or was it a
sexting?
It was sexting? Like you're sexting somebody?
Put it in a Jamaican accent. It was sexting.
I can't tell, but how she said it. She said it so fast.
Sexting.
Drop it in the chat which one you thought it was. But anyway, she said, and how you cheated on me while we were dating, but you want to give Aaliyah all that hard time when you was out here doing the same thing. You are a narcissist. Okay.
Time out. She said he was cheating. In his defense, it sounds like their relationship was very fluid at one point. It sounds
very open.
So she probably thought they were more together than they actually were, and then she found out he was sleeping with someone else. It's a high probability.
Okay, it's a high probability. But anyway, she takes it like you cheated on her, and she was very pissed. She said you're arrogant and a narcissist, and you will never see my face again. Do you remember that?
I probably will at the reunion. You're kind of contractually obligated to come to some things that I'm going to be at. So.
And that
There's
was
that.
the end of episode 7. That was the end of episode 7. That's a lot. That was a lot. They should have started episode 7 with just that, because that was the most interesting for me out of 5, 6, and 7. No?
I wouldn't even.
I mean, JP and Taylor were interesting too. They were something else.
Yeah, their awkwardness.
Did these episodes give everything it was supposed to have gave? Drop your comments in the comment section below. We would love to hear from you. Also, be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button to support our channel and expand our reach across YouTube. Episodes 8, 9, and 10 come out next Friday. We're about to wrap this up.
Wrap it up.
It's gonna be done. That's what I like about this series,
Yeah.
that they give it to you in chunks, so you don't have to digest this for 11 weeks. You know,
Yeah.
I couldn't. So yes, be sure to tune in next week for the next drop of Love is Blind episodes. We will be here to give you another review, but be sure to drop your comments in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you.
Deuces.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.